with Ricky Ullman. Ricky is director of D.A. Roberts Fuels, Britain's cheapest petrol station, based near Whitchurch, Shropshire. Ricky, afternoon to you.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. So listen, the obvious, the headline of this conversation is how much are you charging a litre then?
Our diesel price at the moment is 131.9.
Diesel?
Yeah.
Wow. And that compares to what are we seeing at the average pumps for a Tesco or a Morrison's and the like?
I think the UK average at the moment is 154.
So yours is 130. How have you managed to do that?
Well, the fuel market's been decreasing for the last couple of months, so we have a daily price which we change on a daily basis. So when the fuel market's dropped, we've passed our savings on to the customer.
Which we always thought was the deal, right? I think we all that was never controversial what you've done there. That was the standard way of doing business, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we've always done, and we've continued to do so. But we're not sure why no one else has followed.
Yeah, I guess some people, I wonder, it's my only theory, Ricky, I might be wrong, but I just wonder whether, because we're all so ingrained into the cost of living narrative, we talk about it all the time, and, when we see something that's expensive, we don't question it anymore, and I wonder whether some of those, other sort of bigger chained outlets have kind of almost used that and thought, well, okay, it's a bit cheaper than it was a year ago, but we can still keep it up there because everyone will just assume that's what it now costs.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of the bigger retailers have sort of dropped their price a bit from the height of the prices after the Ukraine invasion, and people have sort of got happy the prices have dropped, but in fact they should and could be dropping a lot more.
Yeah, clearly. So your diesel is 131. What's your unleaded?
Our unleaded is 136.9.
So your unleaded is more than your diesel?
Yeah, our buying price is 5p more.
Gotcha.
The wholesale buying price for unleaded is more. So again, we're unknown to the fact that the 99% of the forecourts are actually selling diesel for more than unleaded when
it's actually the other way around. Because again, that kind of almost proves that theory, doesn't it? Because everyone thinks it's the other way round. So obviously supermarkets and the like have thought, well, we'll go with what everybody's thinking.
I think so. I think they're just keeping it like it always has been. But like I say, the last month or so, diesel's dropped more than unleaded, so that's why our prices have flipped round. I'm told
it's a lot of hard work running a petrol station. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the margins are very small. Well, ours are anyway. Not saying that the rest of them are at the moment, but we've always had the policy we'd rather have high volumes and low margins, and then we're covering our costs, making our profit, and the customers are also happy as well.
Is it just in the petrol? Do you have to do the diversifying into other things? Have the Costa machine in the corner and the sausage rolls and the sandwiches? Are they now essential to running a petrol station?
Well, our forecourt shop's not that big. We're sort of restricted on space really. So we have got a coffee machine and sandwiches and things. And obviously, the more customers you have coming in for the fuel, the more they are to buy your shop items. So obviously that helps with things. So that's again why we try to encourage as many customers as possible.
Yeah, but you haven't got an M&S stuffed in there as well.
No, not at all. No,
the M&S in my petrol station is actually bigger than the local M&S. That just shows you what they've done in some of these places. Yeah. It's hard for you guys, I guess, to when you're independent, to kind of keep up with.
Yeah, exactly. We're just a single forecourt, but we have a fuel distribution side of our business as well. So we use our own tankers to go and collect the fuel from the refinery.
Which clearly makes a world of difference in terms of doing good business. I guess, the word on the street in your neck of the woods over there in Whitchurch must be, pretty significant now. People, I would have thought, would be queuing to get to your place rather than the local supermarket.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've got queues off the back of the forecourt, and they have been for a few months really. I'd say we've been quite consistently cheaper than the national average. But like I say, we are only a small forecourt, but we sell 4 or 5 times more litres than the national average because we keep our pricing structure honest.
Good work. Ricky, listen, lovely to have you on, sir. Thank you for your time. Ricky Ullman is the director of D.A. Roberts Fuels, Britain's cheapest petrol station. I'm slightly blown away by this. You know which bits. Firstly, the fact that his diesel is 131.9 a litre. The average is about 154 at the moment, although many places are more expensive than that. But I think the other thing we all took away from that is that it's cheaper for him to buy diesel than it is to buy unleaded. And we've been, I don't think this overstates what he said, I'm slightly paraphrasing, but we've almost been conned into believing that, oh, well, diesel, yeah, everyone knows it's more expensive because it's the mucky stuff, right? It's the dirty old diesel. It's the stuff that goes in big old gas guzzlers that are polluting the planet, the sort of cars that Sadiq Khan would like to drop a big fat breeze block on top of, metaphorically speaking. Those things. So we think, well, diesel's more expensive. There it was, from the horse's mouth, the director of a petrol station. It's not. Diesel is not more expensive at wholesale. Unleaded is more expensive. And yet you go into any of those supermarket chains or any of the other big boys we know who they are, the BPs and the Shells and the like, then you will find that it's the other way round. Plus you will find your unleaded is not being sold at anything like their prices, and your diesel is certainly not 131.9 a litre, which is what Ricky's station is able to sell it at. That's extraordinary revelation. I'm absolutely blown away by this. And I know this is, well, you might, if you're a non-car, if you ride a bike, you're probably thinking, what's all the fuss about? If you drive a car and you drive it for a living and you need your car and, times are a little bit tight, that kind of information is pretty darn crucial. Because I'm going to look at my local petrol station in a very different light now I have this information, courtesy of Ricky.